Hey, I'm Mark.
And I'm Kristen. We are the LeClairs, and we've been fostering since 2020. It was never our intentions to foster a teenager. When we got an opportunity about a preteen girl, we wanted to explore the idea of what that would look like in our home, and we really wanted to pray about it.
And that kind of flew in the face of what we had initially planned for. Initially, we had in mind that we would take in smaller children to start with.
You know, us being young parents ourselves and first-time parents, the idea of a teenager was kind of scary. So we were like, you're going to have to write this in the sand for us. Like, we need you to
Make it clear.
Make it clear. And he did. He made it very clear. It's not as scary as it seems. Teenagers just have this reputation of just being bad and being difficult. I think it's important to understand that teenagers have needs that need to be met too, and they want that same level of structure, guidance, love, and support as well. I would say that we didn't really know what trusting God looked like until we became foster parents. I guess the part of control that we do have is to be able to advocate for the kid. That's where it all comes down to trust, and trusting in that God's plan is better than our plan, no matter what we think is best for the children. Our church has put together a foster care team for us, and that's impacted our life and lifted the burden of many difficulties that foster care can bring.
I would say there was a season we felt like we've said that we were treading water. Mm-hmm. And if it wasn't for support systems set in place beforehand, it does feel like we would have just drowned.
I don't think a lot of people know or understand how they can serve foster families. I would encourage church members or people in our community who have a heart to do that, or they have that nudge, find out if their church has a foster care ministry. Do they have a way where they can become a part of a foster care team? That's where Mark and I started our journey. We became a part of a foster care team before we were ready to become foster parents ourselves.
When the Bible says we're supposed to be like a city set apart on the hill, and we don't look any different than the world when we're not engaged in this dilemma. It's a very big dilemma.
And it's a big responsibility to feel. That's where we really need the support to help carry the burden spiritually, physically, and emotionally. Our hearts behind becoming foster parents from the start was to partnership parent. When you are working together with the biological parents so that families can be reunited, that they can be placed back together. Because we believe that God is for families, and He wants families to be together.
Like, if I'm talking to somebody about what we do, I'm pretty raw, uncut, honest, but I'll sit there at the end and say it's worth it. It's all worth it.
Loving these kids is worth loving, that they are worthy of love and worthy to experience stability. We've had to learn to trust that God's plan is better than our plan, and that His plan for the children coming in and out of our home is far more perfect than our plan. I also don't want it to scare people away. Like, I want them to see that there's the light and that it is worth doing.